Being worried about the toxicity of synthetic fragrance ingredients is perfectly reasonable, and I want to help you understand what you should and shouldn't be worried about. Now, the first thing to talk about is that your body doesn't really care if a chemical was produced synthetically in a lab or if it came from nature, and a great example of this is Veramoss, which is a big component of Baccarat Rouge. It's a great example because it is a naturally occurring chemical in oak moss that is then synthetically recreated in a lab, and it's a lot safer to use on its own than natural oak moss because it's just the one safe chemical. Rose Absolute is another case where natural isn't safer because you don't want to put the pure stuff on your skin because you're likely to get a rash or even a burn because there's some pretty harsh chemicals in it at higher concentration. And that part about concentration is important because a lot of what determines toxicity is how much is present. Like Rose Absolute has methyl eugenol in it, which is a probable carcinogen. But there's been extensive testing to show what the safe limit of natural rose is for a fragrance, and if you stay within the limit, then it's safe. But what about fragrance ingredients like norlimbinol, which have been invented and don't exist naturally? Well, it just goes back to the fact that your body doesn't distinguish between chemicals that have been invented or synthesized in a lab versus chemicals that exist in nature, because chemicals are just chemicals. And newly created synthetics like norlimbinol are going through the same testing that natural ingredients and natural extracts are going through too. That's why perfumers have usage limits, because each ingredient or chemical goes through similar testing, and whether or not it's toxic has nothing to do with whether it's natural or synthetic.